welcome to Mind Renewal. This podcast is all about maximizing your potential. And today I'm going to be talking about motivation and emotion and how these work together in the mind and in the body. Okay, so this is one of the fundamentals to help us get to the next level. So I'm going to bring back to you a very important equation that I'm sure you've all seen. E equals MC squared. Okay, now this was coined by the very famous Albert Einstein, okay, talking about the special theories of relativity. And there was this notion that space and time are fixed, and he proved otherwise, right? So this equation means energy equals mass, okay, times the speed of light, and that they can change relative to how quickly you're going, space and time. And so we're going to take this now, apply it to the mind. And we're going to change what these variables mean, but I'm going to give you a concepts to help you understand how to really expedite your growth and transform your emotional energy. So let's start with that. So E, let's on that side of the equation, we're talking about energy, right? But I want you to now think of energy and that E as standing for emotion. Okay. So now in this formula, energy equals emotion. Okay, so in how you're feeling, think about this now. We always talk about I have low energy or high energy, and we're also referring to a certain emotional state. Think about happiness or when you're angry. All states of even fear have a representation of emotional energy. And we also hear a lot about emotional intelligence. Well, what we're talking about there is the ability to understand your emotions and also the understanding of other people's emotions and how to interact. So we always talk about emotional energy. So in this equation, I want you to consider the E as representation of our emotions, okay? How you feel, okay? Our feelings truly are simply a facade for energy, okay? Our emotional state is a signal of I'm feeling this way, I have a certain energy, I have this emotional state. Okay, are you with me? All right, so that's one side of the equation. And I think all of us can agree that our emotional states can change. We're not always feeling the same thing all the time. All right, so what's on the other side of the equation? The M times C squared. So for this understanding, emotion and motivation and emotion, we're going to look at the M, which in Albert Einstein's equation stands for mass, okay? In ours, it stands for what matters to us. Very similar. So matter, the size of something that actually matters, right? Whether it's something huge or something very small, it has a certain mass to it. So in our mind, when something really matters to us, it's significant. It could be a relationship. It really could be a cause, like something for social justice or the planet or your pets or your children. Something matters to you. It's either big or small. Think about in your life, all of us have things that really matter to us, and there's certain things that really don't matter to us. They have a certain mass to them, okay? So there we go. E equals M. So what's the C squared? The C squared, which in Albert Einstein's is the speed of light. In ours, we're going to talk about C squared. You got it. Yeah. Consistency. So C squared equals consistency. So that's what it stands for. So we hear this too, that if the consistency is the intensity at which you do something, right? So like going to the gym, are you consistently going to the gym every day? Are you consistently focused on your diet? What are you doing consistently, right? So why is this important? So again, I want you to think about this new equation like this. My emotions, okay, equal how much something matters to me times the intensity or the consistency that I'm willing to do that thing. Okay. And these variables impact my emotional state, right? And my emotional state, vice versa. They are connected. Your emotions are connected to having things matter to you and doing them consistently. So, all right, well, how do I increase my energy to do something, my emotional state? Okay, well, you got it. You increase what matters to you. Okay, your why. Without a strong why, what? The price is too high. Okay, so we really want to understand how to increase the why by doing our why bigger. The reason why we're doing something, right? The reason why you're going to the gym, the reason why you're setting these goals for yourself is because you're making it matter more. If something doesn't matter to you very much, it's very difficult to do, okay? It ties directly into our sense of motivation. And so remember, this can be comprised of both negative and positive things. Like, for instance, you can be motivated by a positive of, I want to feel better by going to the gym. I want to be stronger. I want to be faster. But also, you can be motivated by some negative things, meaning I'm trying to avoid getting sick. I don't want to be weak. I don't want to have my brain deteriorate and so on. So, whatever the reasons are, whether they're positive or negative, it makes whatever it is that we're doing matter more. Okay. So, how do we increase our emotional energy? By increasing the mass of something, making it matter more to you. Okay. Figuring out your why more clearly. Okay. So, what if I don't do that thing consistently? Well, I'm not going to have a lot of emotional energy to do it on the other side. So, the other part of that, obviously, consistency. If I do something, okay, that really matters to me consistently, this means I'm doing it on a repeated base. I'm doing it every day. I'm going to the gym every day. Maybe it's a relationship. So I'm really investing a consistent communication in that relationship because it matters a lot to me, right? Maybe you're investing with your children more. Maybe it could be a job. So I'm consistently doing it more because it matters to me. I have a goal in mind, right? So if it matters a lot to you and you're doing it more intensely, then you're going to have more emotions that are tied to it. Okay. And again, emotional energy can be both positive and negative, right? You can become disappointed more. It matters more to you. You've been really trying. So there's more effort. On the other side of the equation, doesn't always mean it feels good. It's just the emotion itself is more intense, right? You might get more angry about something, right? Because it really matters to you. So the truth is, for this to really work well, you need the MC squared to be very powerful. Matter and consistency. Okay. Those two variables have to be very, very strong for you. So, for instance, let's just say I do consistently something and it just doesn't matter. There's like a little m. Okay. Right. Well, this is going to impact my emotional state because I'm consistently doing something that I really don't care about. So now I'm just undermining my own objectives, my own goals, because I'm doing something that I really don't want to do. And this is very common when people set goals around stuff, but they don't have really a good reason to stick with it. They don't know, they don't have a why. They just say, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, right? Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds, but that's not enough, right? 10 pounds for what? Right? Oh, I want to fit a dress. Okay, great. Well, that's fade because I'm just trying to fit an outfit. That's not that significant. It has to matter a lot to you. Okay, so when the M is great, when it matters a lot, the MC squared is big times the consistency that you're doing it, the intensity. Okay, and this is the MC squared. Is because I'm literally doubling down. I'm qualifying that quotient to make sure that I'm doing it on a regular basis. And again, if something matters to you and you don't have any consistency with it, it's small. Okay, MC squared. What's going to happen? The energy is going to be just as low. Okay, my emotional energy is going to be low. So here we go. E equals MC squared. And here's what I want you to do is really think about, okay, how you feel and what's on the other side of the equation. These are connected to each other, just like time and space. Okay. This represents the fact that your energy, your emotional state is tied directly to the amount of something mattering to you, and the consistency at which you do